What's your street name?
Where are you supposed to be?
What's your real name?
Miss Garcia.
What's your street name?
I love you, but you need to handle your business.
What's your real name?
Hey, Miss Reed.
What's your street name?
Give me that hoodie.
What's your real name?
Lieutenant Colonel Murphy.
What's your street name?
Stop running in this hall.
What's your real name?
Miss James.
What's your street name?
What were your shoes?
What's your real name?
Doc Hoffman.
Okay. What's your street name?
I just told you what to do.
What's your real name?
Miss Nelson.
Okay. What's your street name?
Give me that shirt tab.
What's your real name?
Petty Officer Todd.
What's your street name?
That's a you problem, not a me problem.
What's your real name?
Miss Saba.
What's your street name?
Miss Lane in the mood today.
What's your real name?
Mr. Slack.
What's your street name?
Play with your mama, not me.
What's your real name?
Miss Flowers.
What's your street name?
Pick that trash up.
What's your real name?
Mr. Green.
What's your street name?
Use your words.
What's your real name?
Miss Helm.
What's your street name?
Where's my agenda at?
What's your real name?
Mr. Garcia.
What's your street name?
Man, my street name is. Did you ask 3 other people before me?
What's your real name?
Dr. J.
What's your street name?
Get a dress code or you going to the house.
What's your real name?
Same dollar.
What's your street name?
Put your lips together and press.
What's your real name?
Dr. Miles.
What's your street name?
¿Te me calmas o te calmo?
What's your real name?
Mr. Santiago.
What's your street name?
You have work to do, and go out and make it great.
What's your real name?
Dr. Massey.
What's your street name?
It's T-S-I-D-D-A-H-N. It means sit down.
What's your real name?
Mr. Rose.
What's your street name?
Raise your hand before you speak.
What's your real name?
Mrs. Hernandez.
What's your street name?
What are we doing?
What's your real name?
Coach Lee.
What's your street name?
No, I am not going off campus for lunch. No, I will not bring you food. No, I am not buying you french fries. And no, you cannot eat lunch in my office.
What's your real name?
Miss Bobo.
What's your street name?
If it's on the board, you better write it in your book.
What's your real name?
Coach Flores.
What's your street name?
Is that your business? Boys, stop touching boys. I'm not your personal door opener. You ain't waiting on me, I'm waiting on you. Go ask cousin Itzel, Uncle Ed, stepdaddy Quizzes. Where's my auntie Macthea? But don't forget Miss Sanders love you and make today great.
What's your real name?
Miss Sanders.
What's your street name?
Doc, man, sit down.
What's your real name?
Mark Timothy Carter.
What's your street name?
Do you have a pencil in that backpack? And have you lost your ever-loving mind? Oh, by the way, you are responsible for your own actions, so you better make them good today and every day.
What's your real name?
Miss Chop.
What's your street name?
Again, it's a great day at the YMLA. The great tape. Boy, if you don't sit your marvelous Monday, terrific Tuesday, wonderful Wednesday, terrific Thursday, fantastic Friday.
And what's your real name?
Mr. Tate.
What's your street name?
Boy, bye.
What's your real name?
Miss Strider.
What's your street name?
You need to study.
What's your real name?
Mr. Prince.
What's your street name?
T for timeout. Go get your sketchbooks.
What's your real name?
Melissa Schulman.
And what's your street name?
Where your computer at?
What's your real name?
Mr. Smith.
What's your street name?
Please submit your attendance.
What's your real name?
Ms. Favela.
What's your street name?
Get your work done.
What's your real name?
Alan Whitaker.
What's your street name?
Respect must be shown, not just spoken.
What's your real name?
Ms. Lovelace.
What's your street name?
Fall in.
What's your real name?
Petty Officer Todd.
Okay.
What's your street name?
Keep your hands to yourself and join Environmental Justice and Community Garden Club.
What's your real name?
Miss Belmore.
What's your street name?
Bring in your pass.
What's your real name?
Miss Tony.
What's your street name?
Did you get your work done?
What's your real name?
Mr. Parker.
What's your street name?
Easy.
What's your real name?
Ms. Smith.
What's your street name?
Boy, get off that desk.
What's your real name?
Coach Robinson.
What's your street name?
Are you tardy again?
What's your real name?
Miss Starks.
What's your street name?
Get out that bathroom.
What's your real name?
Mr. Lee.
What's your street name?
What are you currently working on?
What's your real name?
Miss Jones.
What's your street name?
Can you play your music?
What's your real name?
Mr. Canales.
What's your street name?
No work, no credit.
What's your real name?
Miss Faulkner.
What's your street name?
I didn't give you that grade. You earned that grade.
What's your real name?
Miss Boom.
What's your street name?
We all can read in here, right?
What's your real name?
Miss Shelby.
What's your street name?
Oh, my name is Miss Walcom Down.
What's your real name?
Krista Franklin.
Ooh, what's your street name?
If you ain't learned, you ain't earned.
What's your real name?
Miss Neal.
What's your street name?
Not for that.
What's your real name?
Miss Lee.
What's your street name?
Not in my kitchen.
What's your real name? What's your street name?
You don't know me.
What's your real name?
Miss Carter.
Yep.
What's your street name?
Mr. Sit Your Butt Down before you go to ISS.
What's your real name?
Coach Ford.
What's your street name?
It's put those babies in daycare and silent start for a letter.
What's your real name?
Mrs. Mosher.
What's your street name?
It is what it is.
What's your real name?
Mrs. A.
What's your street name?
Are you in dress code?
What's your real name?
Principal White.